had to go or it was going to boot me. Oh, how I love the virtual world. I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Welcome to eXp Weekly Nashville. We've got Marty. I'm going to have her join back in just a second. She was in a patch, but we've got Anna Cook this week. Marty's going to come right back in. And she is with Cross Country Mortgage. And we have some good topics to talk today, especially about the jumbo loan product. A lot of misconceptions. A lot of people don't fully understand what category that falls into. And a lot of people now with today's home prices fall into the jumbo without even realizing it. So we're going to definitely discuss that. Anna, it's so great to have you today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited. I think that with the Nashville market growing and Middle Tennessee having different loan programs and the prices increasing, we definitely want to make sure that people understand what it means to have a jumbo mortgage, and then what does that look like for them for their future in financing.
So let's talk about jumbo. What is the range of that? Where does it start? Because a lot of people don't even realize that they're in it. We've got Marty jumping in here, but let's talk about the range of jumbo, where that starts and what people even need to be prepared for.
Yeah, and let's even talk what jumbo means. So, most people are very familiar with a conventional mortgage. So a conventional mortgage is your standard Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac product that allows someone to do a conventional mortgage. People think that you have to have 20% down. That's not true on a conventional mortgage. But when it comes to jumbo prices, there's actually, once you get to 586, 500, you're now in what we call jumbo status. And what that means is, and that's not purchase price, that's loan amount. So what that means is if your loan amount goes above that loan amount, you're now no longer going to have a loan that's scrutinized, or the guidelines are part of Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac's requirements. So you're actually going to have private investors who have different requirements. They have different options and different overlays for that actual loan product. And a lot of people don't know this when they're out looking, right? And then all of a sudden their pre-approval shifts and what they qualify for changes because they're now in that jumbo status.
But there are some benefits sometimes to that, because there are some great products out there for you in that jumbo market, aren't there?
There's amazing jumbo products. So there's a lot of people who think that you have to have 20% down for jumbo, but there's actually a 10% and a 5% down, no MI jumbo product now that we offer. There's an investment jumbo product and a second home jumbo product that's really great. The biggest thing with jumbo loans is knowing your qualifications and making sure that you understand, depending on the investor, what that looks like. And that's the biggest caveat with jumbo loans, is that each type of product or each type of jumbo investor has different ways that we can structure that loan. And so for someone who maybe has creative tax returns or has a certain amount of money they want to keep in the bank because it's so cheap to finance right now, we have some options to help them build wealth but still keep some of that money for retirement.
Marty, we're so glad that you got through the difficult patch there. Welcome back with us. We are talking about that jumbo loan, and I'm sure that you have a lot of clients that are coming to you that fit into this category. And this is why I love that you bring such great professionals on to talk about it. What do you advise your clients, especially when they're in that category, as far as making sure that they pre-approve with Anna and their favorite mortgage lenders?
Yeah, it is super important that they get pre-approved. I mean, the market is moving so fast, and I know we talk about this every week. It's just not slowing down. So prepare. We can be successful, and we are being successful, but it's all about the prep work. And a lot of people are falling into that jumbo loan category right now. They don't understand what that means. Mm-hmm. One thing that I do love about Anna and her group is that they will educate you on what that means. The differences between jumbo loans and your standard conventional and FHA, it's just a different product. It allows you to do different things. And so it's important to understand the type of loan that you're getting and what the best fit for you and your needs are. And again, that's why I love the education piece that Anna provides and her team provides to the clients.
So completely.
Again, just that preparation. Prep is huge.
Right. And Anna, another question for you, because a lot of consumers think, okay, with jumbo, that means that I have to have 20 years of perfect credit. What kind of products and what do you tell somebody if they maybe had a blemish in the past and they're still in that, they're great to be a homeowner, should they be concerned about if there is something from before on their credit?
Yeah, I think that that's the biggest misconception anymore now, because, I've been in this and I've seen people who were hit really hard even after '08. And so there were decisions that they had to make back when the market crashed that are still affecting them in some way, shape, or form. And here we are in 2021. And a lot of people get scared to start the process and avoid talking to us because they think they've already disqualified themselves. And I don't care whether, you're doing a $2 million house or a $200,000 house. You don't know what you don't know. And a lot of times we have products that fit the right person's financial needs. I always say that everybody has a financial story, and it's understanding the product and the guideline that's going to fit within your needs. And that's why getting prepared on the front end is important. Also, there may be something that we can walk them through that they need to fix. It's an easy fix, but they don't know how to do it. And that's something that takes a professional. And a lot of times people try to wait till they're ready to come talk to a mortgage professional, and they actually mess something up instead of talking to us first.
Sure.
So we can actually do it. But when it comes to jumbo loans, there are standard jumbo loans that have really strict guidelines. But one of the things I love about my company and why I love working with CrossCountry is that we have jumbo products that help people, in the 680s or 660s. And that's really unheard of because most jumbo products require a 700 or 740 credit score. You don't have to have 20% down. And we have some options, maybe if you're not jumbo and you're in high balance, for even in the FHA range where you're kind of in that higher range, but not jumbo. You don't have to have perfect credit and you can still get into a mortgage. And these are really great mortgage products. It's not something that is, under the table sort of thing. These are Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or investor products that are great home buying products that allow people home ownership. They just don't know because they're not talking to the right people.
And people need to know this, Anna. Thank you so much, because most people don't realize, unless you really eat, sleep, and breathe this all day, like the professionals in real estate mortgage, you're always aware of what's coming up and what is there and planning ahead, like you said. Marty, I know that you're seeing a lot of people with misconceptions. We talk about this each week about the industry, about, whether they can buy a home now, do they just wait? I know that there are some great ideas out there that you guys have about equity. Marty, why don't you kick us off with this?
Again, I like what Anna was saying about the pre-planning, and a lot of people they would, oh man, we're going to start looking at houses. Oh, we found a house we like. Now let's go get pre-qualified for a mortgage.
No.
No.
That is not happening in today's market.
Those days are over.
It makes my heart hurt thinking about it.
Yeah, and so the thing is, getting with someone early and planning it out. So if you think, we may move in the next 6 months, I'd start planning now, and really getting a plan together for what that looks like.
Well, and we, sorry, Marty, I was going to say, we become part of the negotiating team too. So we have to know all the ins and outs of someone's equity, what they have. We need to know how much money they have available. We need to know if there is something that needs to be addressed early on. We're not waiting 30 days before they want to put in an offer. We're working through it, but we become part of, Marty's negotiating team, and we need to know all the ins and outs so that we can get ready for when they find that perfect house and they have the voice and they see Christmas in it for 10 years, that we're ready to put in that offer because we've strategized everything to get ready for it. It's not just about the letter. It's about the whole package and knowing what your options are when you're going into negotiate. And that's really important.
Oh, that's awesome. There's Marty. We have her.
I think
we lost her again. And it's so important that these conversations happen because those days, like you said, of people finding a house and then just going to the bank and getting a loan, or even worse now, here we got Marty back. Even worse, welcome back. People just going online and thinking they can just figure all this out themselves online. Yes, we have great online tools and resources, and that's fabulous. But it does not replace going to a professional. You would not shop for your surgeon online. You would make that appointment. People spend more time planning their weekend dinner plans than they do putting into their mortgage, right?
They actually do.
Marty, welcome back. We love you so much.
Yes, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what in the world is going on.
It happens. It happens. Well, we just appreciate you so much, Anna, and we're just so glad that you gave us this kind of information.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Marty, while we've got you, any last thoughts from you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with my media today. It's just one of those days. So, yeah, the biggest thing I think um, that I have in the mortgage, and Anna hit on this earlier, people thinking, oh, I'm not quite ready, or I've got some things to fix on my credit, or got some things to work through. You need to work through that with the mortgage lender because, like Anna said before, you can make some really big mistakes and pay off the wrong thing or go in the wrong direction. So I love that that Anna touched on that, and that because that's huge. People just don't realize it, and I do think that when they call me or they call a mortgage lender, that we're going to put a lot of pressure on them to purchase now, purchase now. And I think most of my clients can tell you that my angle on that is I'm going to be here now. I'm going to be here 2 months from now. I'm going to be here 2 years from now.
Right.
So I want people to get the house that they love and that they're going to be happy in for a long time. No rushing into anything. So I do like for them to give me a call ahead of time so that we can plan together on how to, make those dreams come true, just quite honestly. And right now in the market, again, you're hearing lots of misconceptions about people aren't being able to find houses and not being able to buy houses. And, I think Anna can tell you she's doing lots of loans. We're closing lots of houses. We're finding lots of people places to live. And it's the pre-planning and the connecting with professionals that are imperative to your success as a buyer and really imperative to your success as a seller by maxing out your profits and moving them into your next home. And there are ways to do that that are within your means and within your comfort zones. Another thing we talk about strategy wise is, there's lots of different strategies. That doesn't mean all of them that you're comfortable with. So I love that Anna can sit down with you and I can sit down with you and we can work through strategies that you are comfortable with financially and just emotionally, because it is an emotional experience, So.
Well, and we talk about that too when a client meets with me, and Marty and I've talked about this quite a bit. I think a lot of people right now are so scared because they're worried that they can't move up because they're hearing prices are high, and they think that they aren't going to have a place to live. And one of the questions that I keep talking to my clients about right now is, what would $25,000 to $30,000 in your pocket do for your family right now? What would that do? And what's the game changer with that? If you could move into a house that you wanted and maybe pay off 2 credit cards, what would that look like? And a lot of times what people are doing is they're not calling Marty because they're worried because they don't want to move into the next house. Their payment's going to be higher. They're worried about all these things, but then they come to us and we look at the bigger picture, and maybe their house payment right now is 14 and they want to move up and they're scared about a $1,600 a month house payment, but they've got a couple of cars and a couple of credit cards. And what they could do right now with the equity in their home is pay off those credit cards, put money down, and actually have less monthly debts than they do currently, but they don't look at it from that bigger picture. And it's something right now that I'm passionate about, is that there's second and third time home buyers that are missing out on changing the course of the next 5 or 10 years of their lives because they have the ability to sell right now and really put themselves in a really great financial position with their net equity. And they're scared because of all the negative information out there on the web. And Marty and I talk about that. We get so frustrated because we're watching people sell and buy and just really set themselves up for that second phase, to get ready for kids to go to college or retirement. And it's a game changer. And I don't think we're talking about that enough in our industry right now.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And I think that people just think about the buying and selling of their home, and they don't think about right now you've got an opportunity to you've got to have more equity and pull that out and reconfigure that into a new home. But the interest rates as well. The interest rates are lower than we've ever seen. So you can take, high interest car loans or high interest credit card loans, get rid of those, using the equity in your house and still have enough left over to get into a new house at a great rate and at a great payment. And like you said, your debt to income just reduced drastically monthly. Well, and it's huge, but people don't think about those opportunities. And so there are more opportunities than just relocating your equity from this house into another house. It is really changing your financial picture.
It's a big picture. And, I always tell clients $10,000 on a down payment on a house really only shifts your payment about $50 a month. But what if you took $10,000 and paid off the credit card that you're paying $200 a month on?
Right.
How does that allow you to afford the extra bedroom or the backyard that you imagined? And what does that look like? And I just think in our economy, we don't talk about our personal finances enough. And so a lot of people are getting pre-approved quickly online, or they're getting a quick letter, but they're not really understanding the value of their mortgage and their money. And we create a scarcity mentality of thinking there's a shortage in houses, but really, if people would open up and think about selling right now and really use their equity, they could put themselves in some really great financial positions right now.
It's that full financial planning, the misconception of people thinking that the buying and selling of their home or preparing a mortgage is this one isolated thing.
Right.
And I love that when you guys put it all together at somebody's financial wellness,
Yeah.
financial health, and you look at that home as that asset that's getting you to those goals 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And this is why talking to both of you and bringing in professionals like this to have these conversations is so important, because you guys are going to be there for those clients 5 years from now when they are moving up or moving down into the next one. You are there to help them with their overall best plan for their lives and their families. You guys are incredible for having this great conversation today. I really loved it. And I think these conversations need to be happening more and more and more and more. So we're all going to share this content, put this out there, and give people the awareness that is missing from just Googling.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry I've had a little bit of in and out today, but this has been an excellent conversation. And
It really has.
Annie and I'm super, super excited that you joined us today and sharing all this information. I think that people just really need to stop and take the time to get educated. There's a huge opportunity on the table right now that people don't know about. I know we're all busy, like we're crazy busy. I get it. But to stop and see how you can really, really take advantage of that equity. And I'm seeing people that are leaving money on the table by willy-nilly selling fast and
Or for sale by owner.
Yep.
Not
Oh, gosh,
maximizing
don't
your
even
profits.
say
So
that.
call me to maximize your
Call Marty.
profits. Connect with
Call
Laura,
Marty.
and she can help you show how to rework this. And we could these are life-changing things right here. So thank you so much.
Oh, they are.
Thank you.
I think we should take this show on the road. What do you think, ladies? I think we could do that.
Absolutely. I think we could do it.
And really educate people.
Yeah, it's a passion of mine to help people build wealth through real estate, through mortgage financing. And I love that you guys asked me to be on here. Anytime I can have somebody think differently about their money, it's a passion of mine. So I appreciate both of you guys.
I love it. Well, we look forward to having you back very soon, if that's okay.
I would love it. Bring me on.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thanks,
this
Anna.
has been
Thanks,
great,
Marty.
gals.
Thanks.